Welcome to an STB tutorial on the rotation module for Fires of Titan. To craft it, you will need a blank item router and a comparator. And this will give you one of these, our mod rotation. Now, let me go into a little bit of, this is for the more advanced players, and so let me explain how the item routers work. If you have two sources, cobblestone and grass, one source will override the other source. So if cobblestone is flowing this way, it will block this one, and so this one will stop, and it will have to wait until this whole chest is empty before it will go. And the problem is, if this is a cobblestone generator, it will never empty. And so this one will never go. And so really an item router can only have one type of item going through it. For instance, like cobblestone. And some of the machines and some of the recipes, you can't put enough item routers around it because there's only so many faces. And so one face has to handle more than one item. You have to have two items going through it. And so the rotation module, what it does is it only allows one type of item to go through there once. It won't allow the same type to go through it twice unless another type has gone through. So this only works with two types of materials. You can't do three. You can, but I'm not sure what the outcome would be. It's really only meant right now for two. I plan to do it for multiple, but right now it's just two sources, and so it'll allow cobblestone to go through it once, and then it waits for the grass to go through it before it lets the cobblestone go through it. So I'm going to demonstrate that. Let me show you that. All these are empty. And so I'm going to put the puller in here to pull from the cobblestone. And there's the cobblestone. It went through there, and it's there. Now, if you notice, cobblestone's backing up. Even though there's a sender and a puller, it won't allow it to send into this item router because of the rotation module. If I pull the rotation module out, then you can see it's passing through it now. If I put it back in, it's going to stop because cobblestone was the last one through it. And so now I have to let grass go through it. And now you'll watch it and it'll just sit there, and now it's going back and forth. Now it does work with the speed and stack upgrades. And so it will send a whole stack through it. See how it's sending whole stacks through it? And it just takes turns rotating between the two sources. Now, one thing is important. It does not work with pulling into the item router. If I had a puller in here, for instance, if I took this puller out and pulled it into here, the rotation module wouldn't work anymore. It only works with sending into it. So a sender, advanced sender, advanced sorter, hyper sender, them will work. So if you have two sources, you can hyper send them into this, and with the rotation module in it, it will rotate back and forth between the two sources. And so now if you're trying to make reinforced alloyed ingots, you have to have 6 different materials and an output, and there's only so many faces to it. So now you can send 2 materials into one source, and it will work now. And so hopefully this didn't confuse anybody. Hopefully this is pretty simple and straightforward. Thank you for watching.